the top 10 reasons why you should start an online tutoring business today. Number one, there's extremely high demand for tutors. In the United States right now, there are 50 million students ages kindergarten through 12th grade. That's a huge amount of potential students who could benefit from tutoring. And there's so many reasons why a student might need tutoring. Maybe they're just trying to catch up in a certain subject because they've fallen behind for various reasons, or maybe their parent wants them to get ahead and really excel. Maybe they're gifted in an area and their parent has already recognized if we can get them some extra tutoring, this could really give them a leg up in years to come. So this is a huge reason why online tutoring could be so beneficial for not only you, but also for the student. Number two, online tutoring gives you a chance to work part-time, but for full-time pay. Think about that for a second. When you're an online tutor, you're not working for somebody else. You're working for yourself, which means you get to set the rate that you want to charge people. And you get to choose the amount of hours that you want to work in a week. For me personally, I like to work at about 20 hours a week. Sometimes I go a little bit over, sometimes I'm a little bit under, but I try to shoot for 20 hours. So right at that part-time marker. But my pay depends on how much I end up charging for my services. And I'll tell you right now, for the 20 hours a week that I'm working, I am definitely making the same or more than I ever made when I was working full-time at other jobs. Number three, in order to get set up with online tutoring, there's very, very low startup cost. A lot of the tools that you even need are free for the amount of work that you're going to be doing, or you're able to skip them altogether. For instance, when I first started online tutoring, the only thing I needed was just a way to communicate back and forth. And so I used Zoom. At the time, Zoom was free for up to an hour. They've now backed that down a little bit. So it's free for, I think it's around 40 minutes right now, maybe a little bit less. And since my tutoring sessions go for almost an hour, that I'm no longer eligible for the free plan. But maybe your tutoring sessions would just be 30 minutes. So maybe Zoom would still work really well for you. But if Zoom, if you don't want to pay for the Zoom platform, if you need it for something longer, you also could use FaceTime or something else instead. Whatever you need in order to communicate back and forth with your students, that's really the only startup cost that you would have, or only platform you would need to buy, possibly. As long as you have a computer, you're ready to go. You don't need to worry about all the extras yet, like the lights, the microphone, the technical stuff. You don't need to even worry about a website necessarily if you don't want to, or a tutoring platform. You don't need any of that stuff. You can get by with the bare necessities and just start tutoring as soon as possible without a huge investment. I don't know of very many businesses that can be said for that you can start for practically free. Number 4, this is one of my absolute favorite reasons to be an online tutor, because you can tutor from anywhere. Think about what that means. That gives you complete location independence, a complete freedom. You can, as long as you have good internet or a hotspot, which honestly, you can get almost anywhere these days. It was a lot harder about 5 years ago, but now I rarely run into a spot that doesn't have great internet service that I can't tutor from. But that means you have the potential of not being locked down to one location. If you have a trip coming up, if you want to just go on a trip, you can do that and still tutor from the road or at a location. For instance, For me, last spring break, I wanted to take my girls on to the beach for spring break. Not everybody that I tutor is in the same school system, obviously, because I am an online tutor. So I have students from all different ages and all different regions of the United States. So when we had spring break here for my girls, I still had quite a few people that needed to see me that week, and it was no big deal. I went to the beach. I had a great time with my girls, but I would just plan my tutoring around our day, around our afternoons, and pop in at different times, sit down, do a little bit of tutoring, and then run back out to vacation. And it was so phenomenal. I didn't have to give up that chance of doing something with my kids because I could just do it from the road. Same thing, I wanted to go to a lacrosse tournament for my son last summer. It was right in a busy season of work for me. No big deal. I still got to go to the tournament. I just rearranged some of the scheduling so that I could see students between the games that I wanted to see my son play in, and it worked out great. I love that kind of job freedom. What other jobs can you say that about? There's not a lot, but that's a huge reason online tutoring is fantastic. And then number 5 is the other reason that I absolutely love this for you. Number 5, you get to set your own schedule and be your own boss. I think my whole life, I always knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur of some sort. I think just being my own boss had such a draw and appeal for me, as it does for so many people. We like to be in charge of our own lives and get to make our own decisions, and that's what you get when you run an online tutoring business. You get to make the call. Like I said, like I alluded to just a minute ago, when I went on these trips with my kids, there were, some scheduling issues that kind of popped up here and there that I wanted to kind of move around a little bit. No big deal. I could do whatever I wanted because I was the boss. And that's a great feeling. It's really, really fun getting to make all your own choices and all your own decisions and not having to answer to anybody else. Number 6, it is really easy to find a subject that you're good at to tutor, or to learn something totally new to tutor. Just think about it. Most of us are already, we already lean one way or another towards math and science and the STEM categories, or towards reading and writing. And because of that, you already are kind of like pre-programmed to be a really great tutor in one of these areas. And students need tutoring in all of it. You can tutor for specific tests like the SAT, ACT, the LSAT, all kinds of different school subjects, of course. I already mentioned you've got your STEM courses, you've got your reading and writing, but you also have a foreign language, you have business classes, you have so many different areas that people need tutoring in. Then you also could specialize in other areas, like for learning disabilities, or for myself, I help students write their college essays. That's a great area that so many students would like help with. You can become a master at the AP courses that are taught in the high schools. Everybody wants extra tutoring for AP courses. That's a really great one. Or you can even create your own program or your own viewpoint, maybe study skills, or take one of these courses but put your own twist on it. These are all incredible things and incredible subjects that you could get into to tutor. And every potential tutor has a subject of some sort that they could teach others. Number 7, There are no ads that you have to run. There are no big audiences you have to create. And there's no social media required in order to start an online tutoring business, which seems kind of counterintuitive because it's an online business. So wouldn't you want to do all these ads? I've actually found that the most productive way of getting new clients is through starting with people you know and people who know you, and then word of mouth from there. Word of mouth will grow your business into a huge following very quickly when you show that you're a really good tutor and you're successful at what you do. That's like, parents want to tell other parents. They want all kids to be successful. They want other people to be able to get help. And this is something that parents are always talking about. I have never advertised for my business because I am just always at capacity or really close to it, just from the word of mouth. And I end up getting people from all over the country, as I already said as well. Number 8, if getting your own clients does make you feel a little nervous, you can always fall back on working for one of the online tutoring companies or even a tutoring company in your area in person while you get started and while you learn the ropes. That's actually not the worst idea. You're not going to make the same pay you would, obviously, if you were just tutoring as an independent tutor and tutoring on your own, but it can give you a leg up and help you learn the ropes a little bit and just give you that confidence. Number 9 goes right along with number 8. You don't have to quit your day job in order to start online tutoring, because students need tutoring usually in the evenings after work is over, after school is over, or on the weekends. So not only can you set your own hours and decide what works for you, what kind of time investment you want to give, but if you just want to try it out and just try a couple of students, you don't have to quit your job at the same time, but it would give you a chance to start leaning away from your job if you're having any type of job burnout, or if you're feeling exhausted, or say you are a classroom teacher. Just think about the idea that there's no classroom management when you are tutoring. That can be quite appealing. Number 10, the reason you should start an online tutoring business, I will tell you, is the amount of personal fulfillment this job can give you from helping kids be successful, reach their goals. It's a fantastic job. When I have a student text me and tell me they made an A on a test that they had previously been failing this subject before they came to tutoring, that confidence that they now have, that I've been able to play a small role in, that's so rewarding for me and so fulfilling to know that I might have played a little role in their lives that puts them on this path of confidence and of success for them. And I love that. That would be the top 10 reasons why I think you should start an online tutoring business this year. Start it now. Start small if you want to. Start any way that you can. Get your first client. Try it out. See if you even like it. If it's something that you enjoy, and go from there. In the next video, I'm going to break down how much online tutors actually make and why specializing changes everything. So if this was helpful, subscribe and follow along, and I'll see you there. See you next time.